right, everybody, welcome in on a fantastic Friday as we get rolling here. Billy, did you find the highlighter over there, Billy?
He's found a new toy.
Well, it says it's a jail highlighter.
Jail, like for jail? Wait a minute, where did this come from? We're starting the show off on some things that may need to go back.
Gel, like hair gel, not.
Okay, so Billy, in some parts of the country, gel is a one-syllable word.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is Huntsville.
It's Huntsville. It can be two syllables.
And see,
So you're not even saying it right. Huntsville.
Huntsville.
That's two. How do you get it to turn into one?
Years of training.
I'm so glad Jeff Powers joined us. Reverend, good to have you on.
Yeah,
thanks for
now I
inviting
want to
me.
be in trouble.
Well, hey, we do want to welcome you in on this fabulous Friday as we get started another episode of Good Morning Huntsville. Special day today. As always, big thank you to Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home for all of their underwriting support, as well as Elliott's Jewelers there online at elliotsjewelers.com. Joshua Mashi helping to run the soundboard. He doesn't normally do a Friday with us, but Josh, welcome in. Thanks for running the board for us today, man.
Yes, sir.
He's pulling that overtime check.
Yeah, he's big time.
It's holiday, too.
He felt convicted with Easter.
Time and a half.
Yeah.
With Easter in a couple of days, he felt he's like, guys, I just need to come up here and, and just be a blessing to y'all. So
Are you secretly trying to take some time off? Well, you remember, Rob, I came in and worked the other day.
Yeah. He's playing the
On
long
Good
game
Friday.
here,
A long game, yeah.
That's it. Well, hey, we do want to welcome you. Comment. Let us know that you're out there today. We always love hearing from people. Billy Cauthen here, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. And as always, I'm Rob Hipp. Episode number
718.
718. Can you believe that? Oh, it's like every day I say that. It's getting old. Can you believe that?
Man, I remember when it was episode 14 or something.
Can you believe that? Hey, I wanted
I normally do that when I'm looking in the mirror in the morning. Oh, my God, can you believe this?
Well, we are joined by Best of right here. Best of, voted best in Huntsville. The Reverend Jeff Powers joining us, and appreciate you from Christ the King Methodist Church. One thing I love, Pastor, just about y'all's church, there's so much synergy here between you guys and First, and I love how you reach out to the community. When Billy and I were talking about doing the show today, I said, well, let's get the Rev back with us, because Billy's at Christ the King Methodist. So
He is, yeah.
So pretty cool.
Thank you for that. Thank you. I was, having to give Billy credit because we were all surprised to be recognized as Reader's Choice, being a fairly new church and not the biggest. And we all figure it has to be because of our association with Billy Cauthen. It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, and that $100 bill that he slipped me,
Yeah,
for
that helped.
So
That helped.
We used AI to hack the systems, and it worked. Karen, I'm sorry, it worked.
I tell you, that new laser jet printer I got, them $100 bills are coming by easier and easier.
That expression, printing money, takes a literal meaning for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely not.
Like use wrinkled up card stock, it seems to.
Well, man, there's a lot going on. Billy, how have you been, man? Happy Friday. It's good to have you back in. And I feel like we've seen each other a lot this week. We saw each other a few days ago on Wednesday. And
Yeah, we were hanging out at Rotary together.
You know who wasn't there?
not everybody was there, but.
Yeah, you know who wasn't at our table that just didn't feel right?
You're right. I was at another church for Holy Week doing a worship service.
Sorry,
I was doing the Lord's work and I missed Rotary. I don't know if I'll ever be able to overcome that.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll just quit going. That way you don't feel embarrassed.
Yeah, now I feel guilty.
Billy, sometimes I don't know that I'd notice if you quit going.
Well, Reverend, one reason I
I
wanted
had to knock the dust off my name badge.
Yeah. Well, one reason, Reverend, we wanted to have you on, here we are, and the weekend is upon us, and just a couple days from now is Easter Sunday. I thought it was appropriate. We had Jason on yesterday, and he shared just some scripture and the importance. That was on Monday, Thursday, and Friday, and here we are just a couple of days away from historically the resurrection. And you think about that and the importance. That's why I wanted to end this week on such a positive note on the ultimate sacrifice that was made for us. And I guess maybe the question is, as we lead in, through this week and wrapping up, what is it like for you just in ministry? I know this is such a very important week, and it's something that I don't take lightly, and most people shouldn't. This is a very important week.
It is a very important week. And so a couple of things that are always in front of me during Holy Week. One is we have the challenge of the familiar. Most of our church folk know the scriptures for Good Friday, and they know the Easter story. And while that familiarity is helpful in a lot of ways, it also creates a challenge to be able to break through and speak into somebody's life a word of hope and encouragement that they might hear if it's presented in a different way. And I don't mean spectacle or something that would be inappropriate, but if you know Easter well enough, if you've lived your life in the church, it's easy to kind of look at the Easter lilies, hear the music, but kind of check out because you've heard it before. And so I think that, so on the one hand, preparing to proclaim the gospel, you have to kind of recognize that that's a hill to climb. On the other hand, there's a reason that story has shaped history for 2,000 years. Everything hinges on that moment, and shaped it, of course, in a very good way. So looking at Good Friday tonight, you can't jump to Easter. And my inclination as a pastor is to proclaim a positive gospel that's encouraging, but that's not really what you're trying to do in a Good Friday service. What we hope to do in the church is to help people see that in those moments when we stand in the shadow of the cross and in our flesh we feel completely destroyed, there is another day because Easter is coming. But you can't say Easter's here now because there is that shadow time, and we all go through it. And that's the time of anguish. You know, when Jesus cries out, my God, why have you forsaken me? He's not just quoting a psalm. He's actually shouting for all of us in those moments when life falls apart and we literally don't know where to turn. It's those moments that we turn to Jesus because we have nowhere else to go. And that is kind of what you look for Good Friday. And then, of course, Easter Sunday and the resurrection. And if I'm talking too much, y'all stop me.
No, please. That's what we're here for today.
You got me in preacher mode now, so I'm going to take an offering in a minute. But on Easter Sunday, it's important that we move past the idea that Easter is just a historic event. And what I mean by that is it is a historic event. It's witnessed, it's attested to in the blood of the martyrs. But it's also a present reality. So like in our communion liturgy, when we say we proclaim the mystery of faith, we say Christ has died, Christ is risen, Christ will come again. And that's a strange turn of phrase. Christ is risen. You would expect it to be Christ has risen. The reason is part of the significance of Easter is not that Jesus rose from the dead, but he is alive today.
Yeah, amen.
And a resurrected Jesus that is alive today is interacting with us today. And if we embrace that, then we have to take responsibility for that relationship. It's a wonderful thing to have Jesus in our lives, and it's a personal relationship. It is, you know, when Billy Cauthen gets up in the morning, Jesus is like, oh, good, here's Billy. We're going to have the day together, right? It's that kind of relationship. I think sometimes we let Easter be the event that it was, and we don't take responsibility for the fact that it means that when we walk out of services on Easter Sunday, we don't leave alone. We have somebody with us. Those are the things that I think about when we prepare for Easter.
I'm telling you, I love hearing that, Reverend. Again, Reverend Jeff Powers with us from Christ the King Methodist Church. We are here on this Faithful Friday, and boy, what a better way to celebrate faith and the resurrection of Jesus Christ. It's a serious time. You know, it's a very serious time, and I've been talking this whole week about, you know, we have the Easter egg hunts and the bunnies, and my children won't hear this, so I get to be the bunny, and I kind of look like the bunny now, unfortunately. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was noticing the fuzzy tail.
Yeah, the side profile. You need to watch the side profile. That's why I always have the camera to my back, you know, or to the front. So, but there's nothing cute. I've said this phrase. There's nothing cute though about the journey to the cross. And I love what you just said, that, you know, as we go and be a part of Easter Sunday here in a couple of days and be at the services, so many great churches. Christ the King's here, First is here. We have so many wonderful churches for folks to get connected to. But as you leave, I love what you said, that Jesus is still with you. And how many times do we cross? Billy, you and I probably, we can all say that we've had this happen before where we're in that moment of service and we feel the Holy Spirit and we feel like, boy, we're doing the things that we need to do. You know, we're here to praise the Lord. But then as soon as we walk across the street, sometimes we forget what we had just heard. I'm going to speak first and just say I've experienced that personally so many times. And this Sunday, my prayer is, Lord, remind me that you are here as we leave this building, that you are always with me. Because all it takes is that one guy across the street to almost run you off the road for you to sometimes forget.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You're right back where you were.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, maybe I should turn around and go right back into the church. But it is a special time. Billy, what's been like for you guys and y'all's family? I mean, any traditions? What do y'all typically do? What is Easter like for you in the Cauthen household?
Ham.
Is it Mama Cauthen doing that, or is it Jacqueline Cauthen?
Well, my mother is the potato salad queen. So
There you go.
You know, I'm sure I will say the same verbiage that everyone else says. My mother's potato salad is the best. So no, she does that, and we'll do the ham and I remember Easter egg hunting as a very small child, but then that was just a short-lived thing. But it's always been family and faith and ham.
You know, I think about just the industry that you're in, Billy, with Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and just because it's Easter doesn't mean that your services aren't needed. And, you know, I know y'all are taking care of families even through this weekend, and it's not easy when you think about holidays and you know, and Easter and Christmas and those things. And just want to, that's why I'm so thankful for you and your friendship and what y'all do at Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, because you guys are always so mindful of what people are going through. And man, it's hard to deliver a message when somebody's going through death. I mean, Reverend, you've been a part of that as a Reverend for many, many years, you know, how do you bring comfort to somebody in the midst of adversity like that?
Well, obviously there's a context, right? I would say half the funerals that I've presided over, I didn't know the deceased or their family because they didn't have a church, but reached out, we need a pastor to preside the funeral home. And there's always good news. I always start from that. There's, even in the worst of circumstances, there's always good news. If it's the fact that when someone dies, it's somebody whom Christ loved and died for. You can always celebrate that. There's the comfort of the Holy Spirit that's there with the family. The funeral is not the time to make a decision out of your own flesh about whether or not somebody was worthy of salvation or saved. That's just not the question you have right there. What you do is you speak about what you do know. God created this person in this time and place. God was with them when they died. God knew them before they were born, and God loved them more than anybody else could have loved them. And that same God loves you as a family. I think with that, you can really find a way to minister to a family in a way that has integrity. And then, of course, if it is a family that you know, then it becomes more personal and you know them. And sometimes, you know, I've had times where I've had to, I've had emotion step in, and you want to control it, but you let the family see, I heard over this too. I'm not just, you know, doing my preacher thing and then I'm going to go eat potato salad with your family. It's personal.
Yeah.
Staying with the potato salad thing here.
That's what I was thinking.
As Methodists, we still enjoy the traditional Baptist fried chicken.
Yes.
The little extra grease.
Yes.
What about we do? Billy and I have a very important question. I'm going to let Billy ask this to you.
Oh, dear.
Because you know where I'm going, Billy.
Oh, absolutely.
See, this is what I love. Billy and I are on the same wavelength. This is really important.
It's a two-part question.
Oh, dear.
Hot dog or hamburger?
Oh. I can have either any way I want it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's definitely a hot dog.
Hill country or the Gulf Coast?
Gulf Coast.
All right, we'll let Ryan know.
All right. Yeah, we'll let him know. We'll fill you in on that, Reverend. That's
Okay.
very, very important here as we enter this Easter season. There's what is that? Is that is it the air conditioner or something, right? I forget what commercial it is.
American Standard Heating and Air.
Yeah, American Standard. Nolan Ryan is the face of American
Standard Heating and Air.
It's even hard for me to say. And he goes, hamburger or a hot dog?
Oh, okay.
Hill country or the Gulf Coast?
We say this every show. So,
Oh, okay.
I've got one for you real quick. Brut or Stetson?
I got to admit, you just done lost me there, boy.
You don't remember Brute, the aftershave?
The green bottle.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, I have PTSD over the smell of that stuff.
I guess I had Stetson in high school. Now that I recall it, so yeah.
Yeah,
We were Stetson House too.
Yeah.
Well, actually, we were an Old Spice house.
Now my grandfather was Brute,
Okay.
and then my dad was Old Spice.
Okay.
So-
We joke around and call it brut because it
Brut.
just makes it sound a little more heavy.
Manly.
You can see where we're going today. This is a very important discussion from Easter to brut. I mean,
I see this, and
this is
you know,
You delivered well, and now I'm screwing it up.
wait a minute. Did you guys have a rehearsal before I got here?
Oh yeah, we spend what 3-4 hours
every night on the phone.
Oh my God!
You hang up. No, you hang up.
Yeah. I hear in the background like, Belly, get in here and bathe these children. Well, not anymore.
I was gonna say at some point that gets weird.
Will you pressure wash that oldest one?
Yeah, that's it. Will you pressure wash the oldest?
I'll tell you, old James, now he's a firefighter. Sometimes he comes home looking like he's a doggone coal miner.
Oh man.
Like, you understand smoke heater, or smoke eater is just a term. You don't have to physically eat this.
Well, a lot going on this morning. Let's take a quick break and reset. We'll talk about a few more things as we continue on. It is Good Morning Huntsville on this Faithful Friday. Big thank you to Billy Cauthen, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and for having Reverend Jeff Powers. He is the Reverend over at Christ the King Methodist Church as we enter into Easter coming up on Sunday. We're having fun in the midst of being serious. We're having some fun, but stay with us. Got a few commercials coming up. We'll take a break and more to come. It's Good Morning Huntsville. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Billy Cauthen, manager of Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. We know times of loss are tough, and you need a place to feel comfortable and cared for. At Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, we pride ourselves on being with you during those really tough days. You can rest assured that we will be on your side and by your side every step of the way. Thank you for your trust. Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, supporting families every day, every step.
At Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools, we're not just a place where children pass the time. We are not a daycare. We are a child care center focused on the growth, learning, and discovery. Every day, children engage in meaningful activities that build confidence, independence, and a love for learning. From reading and math to social and practical life skills, our students are active participants in their development. Ready to give your child something more? Visit tomorrowspromise.info and discover what makes our school different. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori Schools. Education you can trust.
Are you ready for a better way to bank? Join Walker County Federal Credit Union today. As a member, you'll enjoy low-cost loans, no annual fees, and easy online access. We're not just a credit union. We're a community dedicated to your financial success. Experience friendly service tailored for just you. Why wait? Join us online at walkercountyfcu.com or drop by our location at 1802 Normal Park Drive, Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Hi, I'm Kaden. No, listening to Velvet Radio.
Welcome back at it on a Faithful Friday. Rob Hipp alongside the Billy Cauthen. There's no other.
The Billy Cauthen.
Oh, wow. Hey, we asked about the hot dog, and that got me to thinking, we at our church, we're pretty big on hot dogs.
We are big on hot dogs.
You probably don't even know about this.
That ought to be the slogan.
Man,
We're big on hot dogs.
We are big on
I'll get a
hot
bucket
dogs.
of paint and I'll fix that. We'll be ready.
There
to
you go. We are the hot dog church. So actually, that I'll try to make a long story short, but you brought a preacher on the show, so we had our trunk or treat one year, and we're still new, and it's mostly our kids, and it's mostly we're still new, and it's mostly our kids. And one of our parents decided to set up their trunk as a Costco. That was their
cool
theme, and so they had these little half hot dogs like you would get a Costco hot dog.
$1.50.
Yeah, and so they were just really more decorative than anything else. Well, we had these kids show up at our church, and you could just tell by looking at the kids and looking at the parents, these people didn't have much. And this is a Sunday afternoon, and they're getting the candy, and finally those kids are just staring at the hot dogs, and the mom there's like, would you like some hot dogs? And they're like, can we? And they start devouring these hot dogs. And she looks at one of the parents and says, would you like some? And the mom started to tear up. She had no plan to feed her children that afternoon.
Oh, wow.
And it was the end of the month. And, for a lot of people, at the end of the month, you got no money.
Sure.
And so we realized there's hungry people all around us. And so we thought, let's see where the Holy Spirit's taking this. So the staff got together. We said, let's go serve hot dogs to people. And we said, let's go out to Eastham Thomason Park one Saturday afternoon, cook up hot dogs and hand them out. And sure enough, in talking to some people, you could tell this was a real blessing to them. And what that's led to is now, the last Saturday of every month, we go out to the Housing Authority on Martin Luther King, and we grill up about 200 hot dogs and give them out to anybody who wants them. And we'll go door to door now and it was just one of those moments where we felt the Lord saying, feed hungry people. And we went to one house. I didn't personally go. One of our other staff members went to one house and knocked on the door, and one of the kids yelled, the hot dog church is here. So we are the hot dog church. But we found that to be something we've been able to do faithfully, and we really grateful to just feed hungry people in our midst.
I think that's such an important message. Maybe that's today's inspiration is just, how are you helping others? What are you doing to help others? Billy, it seems like eternity to go, as we're 718 episodes into this, but I believe it was you and I, we had on the Sleep in Heavenly Peace folks. And this was several years ago. And at the time they were out of Montgomery County.
Yeah, because remember, we were thinking we were going to do that.
Yeah. Remember? And I lead into this for a reason, especially since Reverend Powers is here with us, but Christ the King had caught wind of that as well and has started that. And man, that has just turned into an unbelievable ministry for y'all's church. Have you been able to be out and be a part of any of those build days yet or anything like that?
I've totally supervised.
In fact, we've got 100 mattresses being delivered today, Billy. Can you help us out?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I will send some people over there.
Reverend, tell us a little bit about that ministry. Yeah. I think it's incredible what y'all are doing.
Was another movement of the Holy Spirit. We talked about, we'd heard about this ministry, and we started looking into it, and we found out there were some 400 kids in Walker County that sleep on the floor.
Wow.
And we would send a team out there. Kelsey Allensworth heads it up, and she's doing a fantastic job. And we've got that list down. I heard the number yesterday. We're down to 200 kids now that don't have beds. And I think we're just doing 2 zip codes right now in Walker County as we visit. But our plan is to deliver another 150 beds this year, and then in the next year end that deficit, so that when we get a call that a kid needs a bed, it's a new call in doing that. But because of the people, and we've had, the church has done it. We've had the Sam Houston baseball team. We've had teams from Entergy. I'm sure there'll be a Rotary group out there sometime. And it's so simple. Your group offers to pay for the bed. They're about $250 each. Y'all want to build 10 beds? Be $2,500. We have all the tools. We have the space. All the wood's already there. And it's just an assembly line. We crank them out. But the favorite thing is delivery day. When you go into somebody's house and these kids get their very own bed, and you have to assemble them. These are pretty sturdy beds. But the people that go and deliver the beds, I think, really experience Christ in that moment. Because they're getting to be the hands and feet. So yeah, we're very excited about what's going on with Sleep in Heavenly Peace. We feel really honored to be a part of that organization.
And with that, it's the bed frame, which is solid, heavy wood. It's never going anywhere. And then the mattress.
Yeah.
And then there's bedding, and then our youth group actually makes pillowcases.
Wow.
So when they get to the house, this child, which, oh my God, in my life, we have been hard up so many times, but I've never had to sleep on the floor. I mean, there's always been a bed to sleep in, and it just totally floors me. But anyhow, when we show up, that child gets to pick their bedding. So it's not just, hotel quality sheets. I mean, this is something they're into, Ninja Turtles or Star Wars or whatever. It becomes their bed. It's a gift for them.
I think about, man, how terrible is it that I take for granted a bed?
And as you were talking, Reverend, and Billy highlighting just these children getting these beds, I mean, it's hard to imagine in today's world, and especially here in America, and even here in Huntsville, that there's still some children that are, sleeping on the floor. And what we're talking about is maybe they do have a comfortable mattress, but it's on the floor. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they don't. Maybe there's just a pallet. You remember a pallet, like your grandma would make a pallet for you?
Yeah.
That these young children don't have a place to comfortably sleep. I get in, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, we got 3 comfortable beds in our house.
I'm sleeping on memory foam at night.
Yeah.
And sometimes I worry that it doesn't remember me.
Yeah. And it's heartbreaking to think about that, but I'm so thankful that you guys at Christ the King saw this need, answered the call, and now look at all these children that are being blessed and families. Mm-hmm. And I think about the parents, and maybe you're a parent out there that's seeing this for the first time. Maybe you're 718 episodes. I never saw it. The algorithm hasn't gotten it right. Well, it got it right today because you're watching us. And I want you to understand that maybe you're in that position as a parent, and maybe all you can afford is just a mattress on the floor. It doesn't mean that you don't love your children or that you're abusing them. It just means that that's all you can afford right now. Don't allow pride to get in the way of allowing an organization to come in and help you. It's one thing, Billy, you and I talk about every Friday is how much this community helps each other. Mm-hmm. You've witnessed it from the moment you were born.
Yeah.
And so today, call on an organization, call on a church like Christ the King Methodist and say, I heard you on that show and I'm in that position. And I've been ashamed to try to get help, but I know that you guys aren't going to judge me or look down upon me or think that I'm a bad parent or think that this or that. Because the reality is a lot of people are hurting. Mm-hmm. And it's a wake-up call for me and a conviction on me today to say, how dare I wake up in the morning and don't realize what the Lord has blessed me with and just go on about my day like everything's A-okay. Because there's a lot of people that are not in a position
right.
that I'm blessed to be in. And boy, that's pretty deep, man. It's like I need to step it up, man. Well, again, Reverend Jeff Powers with us from Christ the King Methodist here on this Faithful Friday as we gear up for Easter. We were talking a lot earlier just about traditions and, Billy, your family and the potato salad and a lot of great things. And do y'all have a pretty big family?
No, Jacqueline's side is pretty big, but my side is dwindled.
Do y'all get together? Like, does the whole family get together, or do you guys do individual? Like, if there's other cousins or things, do y'all just kind of do things together, or is it individual on Easter?
We will probably go visit Jacqueline's mother, who lives here in Huntsville, off Normal Park. So it's not like we're traveling a great difference or distance or whatever. But when my mother's right next door, so when it does come time to sit down and tie on the old feed bag, I'm sure it'll be at my house. So it'll be Jack, the kids, and my mom, and whoever comes up the driveway, I guess.
Easter has become a huge deal for our family.
But let me tell you, it doesn't matter if we have 6 of us eating or 60. My mother is still going to make potato salad for 120. So she cannot get the math right.
How long does potato salad stay good for in the fridge? You think could it stay a week?
Yeah,
if you're committed to it. I
Okay.
mean, if you really wanted some potato salad at the end of 7 days.
Well, the reason I'm thinking of this,
there's handoffs on that. There's trade offs.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm thinking ahead.
Yeah.
5-6 days from Easter, if there's this potato salad left
there
over,
should be,
we got a big table right here.
Yeah, we could sample
Just
that.
set down that big stainless steel serving bowl.
There you go. Yeah.
I asked that for a reason because every family has different things, and for us, Christmas was always a big deal, Thanksgiving, but Easter has turned into, I think, the biggest gathering with Bridget's side of the family, it's one thing, kind of like you, Billy, you're talking about like family has dwindled, and it's unfortunate. We're in the same boat, as far as family is. I mean, we've lost so many people, and Jason was talking yesterday in his final thoughts about, as you look across on these holidays and you see the empty chairs now.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, that's where so-and-so used to sit or so. I distinctively remember my little short grandmother, who I miss every day. I think about her every day. At some point in the day, I think we had a very special relationship. And I think about my grandmother leaning over the sink at my mom's house, washing dishes. Mm-hmm. And there's not that doesn't happen anymore. She passed in 2021. And so you try to make new traditions and new things with families. Well, Bridget's family, there's about 100 of them that gather now for Easter. Wow. And so, we'll leave here a little bit later today. We'll go to Georgetown, and we'll spend the rest of the evening. And then tomorrow it's a quick trip. Then we'll be back late Saturday night to get ready for church service on Sunday. But we do the Easter on Saturday now with the family. But, man, there's over 100. And her grandmother had passed. And so we used to use the clubhouse in her grandma's neighborhood because she had a house there. And so we could use the club. Well, that's where we gathered. We ran out of room at Bridget's parents' house. And so now we gathered at the clubhouse. Well, she passed. We can't use that. So our biggest problem was, where are we going to have Easter this year? And so her mother works for the housing authority. I mentioned this yesterday. And so now we're going to use the senior center there in Georgetown, but 100 plus. And I'm just thinking about, I don't like being around big crowds. I'm no disrespect to like family, but this is something new for me over the past 4, 5, 6 years. Bridget and I have been together a long time, but the Easter has grown so much. But I've learned to love that moment and not take it for granted, because this Easter, there's already 2 or 3 that have passed in her family and in my family that won't be there this Easter.
We would always go to my dad's mother's house, which she lived on Elks Drive, right there beside the Elks Lodge, kind of across the little field there.
Did the light used to kind of resonate in her yard then, or not? Or is that the one you used to lay in the window and watch the flash of the light?
Yes, that would be the one.
But no more light flashing.
But, back then the family was humongous. And, this is the late 70s, early 80s. So we all had those cars with the long hoods on them, this will tie in here in a minute. Inside my grandmother's house, she had a little old table that sat 4 people. Well, there's like 80 of us over there. So when the food did come out, it would be an all-out battle to get a plate. And then we would all go back outside, and you would go to your family's car and use that big, long hood as a table, because Grandma didn't have any place for you to sit. So, yeah, that's... When people talk about gatherings, I can always see that old dirt driveway and us out there with the rolls and the tater salad and all that stuff. And that's when I think of Easter or Christmas or whatever. That's the memories that flood back for me.
That's one reason I like doing this show, because I think one goal that I have with the show, obviously, to uplift and encourage the community and share the love of Christ and what's happening in our community, to highlight folks like Billy and Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, to highlight folks like Reverend Powers and Christ the King Methodist. But I also want people to go back and reminisce. There's something special about going back. And I've had to learn, in my life, and maybe, Reverend, you can help me with a little bit of this just from a spiritual way. Sometimes I go back and I get depressed. Mm-hmm. And I said, I really miss what it was. And it wasn't until recently that I was reminded, and again, how ignorant of me as a Christian, for those that believe we all get to rejoin each other one day in heaven. But I used to just get so down and out thinking about, I miss my grandmother. I wish she was here. I miss my father. I wish he was here. And sometimes these events and this type of the year, it's not easy for people. Yeah. What would you say to that person like me that would say, I get kind of depressed because I miss all these people?
Yeah, I think... First off, if I'm talking with somebody or people who are feeling that sense of melancholy around the holiday, and a lot of it's triggered by memories, what was and what is to go ahead and let the melancholy be for a while. Don't deny that. You don't have what you used to have, and you miss it. Because if you can do that, then you can honestly then begin to move towards gratitude. I'm really grateful that I had that. Some people didn't have that. I had that. I miss it terribly now. but I had it then. Julie and I are kind of in that boat now. Our family has dwindled. And of course, as my mother-in-law would tell me, my job ruins all the holidays, right? Easter afternoon for me is a nap. All right. Yeah, yours too, right?
Gotta go.
Christmas Eve, Christmas morning, is an all day, all night affair, but we would have our gatherings in Baytown. Julie and I with Christy and John would go to her parents' house, and Ralph and Karen and her brother and his wife would be there. And I remember Easter's, I'm tired. I'm like, I'm glad I'm with my family, but man, I'd love to just go to sleep right now. And now I would give anything to have that, right? We miss it. And, our grandkids live out of state. So after Easter, we'll have dinner. Now, we happen to have the best neighbors. They're having us over for Easter dinner after that afternoon, and we're looking forward to that. But it's just a much smaller affair. So I think you recognize it, let the sadness be there because it's there, but then remember that you had something and it was good. And you can have something again. It'll just be different.
Yeah, and making new traditions. And I thought of all this, Billy, when you said something about going down that driveway.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
Resonated.
There's always something about a driveway and dust coming up from a car.
Yeah.
It was just just sugar sand. I mean, this stuff, and it, even when it was raining, I mean, you could still drive on it, but it was just something about that dirt driveway.
It reminds me of my great grandmother, and I miss times, we'd spend with her. And one of the biggest gatherings that we had in our family was when she was still around, my great grandmother. And I remember my mom still lives in the house. We had such a small house growing up, but my sister used to give me a hard time. She and I, and you're probably watching, Rebecca, and it's okay. I love you. You were just a child. We have about a 7-year difference between us. But one day she got on to me, and she said we were fighting about something. And now my sister and I get along. It's funny how that works. As a child, you don't get along. Then as you get older, you get along great. And she said something to me, and she goes, we had a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, okay? Well, there was 3 children and my parents. The bedrooms don't equal up for that family. So somebody's sharing a bedroom. So one day my sister tells me, there's a reason that mom and dad only had 2 extra bedrooms in this house. They never anticipated on you being here.
That was right out of my sister's playbook.
Yeah.
Yeah. And me and Crystal are 8 years apart. And oh God, we couldn't stand one another growing up.
It's funny how that
we're tight now. We're good. We're good. But back then, she was horrible.
Oh man.
And I'm sure she will tell you the exact same thing, that I was horrible.
Well, I distinctively remember we had a Thanksgiving meal at our house, and my great uncle was there, who I miss him, really strong man of faith. Now, he got married quite a few times and even remarried the same one a few times.
Well, that's a faith all its own.
Yeah, that's a faith all its own. And God, Billy, you'd have loved him just because the way he talked. I mean, it was like Nolan Ryan times 20, if you can imagine that accent times 20.
Hot dog, right?
Yes, I got problems with my heart. Oh, I miss him. But he was a tremendous man of faith. He battled a lot, but he, especially at the end, he was a man of faith. I'll never forget he had pancreatic cancer, Reverend, and I talked to him. Last time I talked to him on the phone, I just felt like calling him. And I was talking to him. I said, "How you doing, Uncle Bill?" And he said, "I'm doing good." And I said, "Well, I know that you're battling that cancer and it's gone now." He goes, "I need to tell you something." Well, he's like, "I need to tell you something." That was, Nolan Run times 10. He said, "I was praying one night and I was praying for him. I was praying for the Lord to heal me." And I'll never forget this. And it spoke about his faith and just about the power of God. He said, as I was praying, he goes, "I felt the cancer leave my body." That's the way he described it. And, I know someone here at our church that had stage 4 and the Lord healed him of it. And that's a death diagnosis. When you get that, it's like a 2% chance that the Lord doesn't look at the chances, because with him, all things are possible. And the Lord in that moment chose to keep my uncle here on earth and heal him of that cancer. And it really changed my perspective on how the Lord works in healing, because he had prayed for the Lord to heal him. And the way he described it, there was something in me that stirred my faith to start saying, you know what? God can, he will, but even if he doesn't, I'm going to remain in faith through it all. And I remember that gathering. The reason I went down this train talking about it is because I remember our house was so small And that was the one time that all of us really got together in a big setting. We didn't have room in the house, and so we cleared out the living room furniture and put tables in the living room to have people. And we even had an overflow of people in the front yard. Those are the things that I
Was there a
miss.
kids section?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the kids' table.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you always have to have that kid. And then there's always that that parent, that one or two moms that are always going over there checking on them. Don't do that. Don't do this. It's funny how we
It's
can go
needed.
back. Yeah, oh,
It's
yeah.
needed. Someone needs to referee.
It's just neat to think about those things. And maybe this Easter, that's your household.
Yeah.
You know, Josh is here producing. I want to bring him in real quick because I know he's itching to tell us about some of his traditions growing up. Did y'all have some similar type traditions or things like that, Josh?
Yeah, we would all my mom's side of the family. We would go to my grandparents' place and we would grill some chicken and like meat and different kind of stuff, and it was really fun.
Was there special Lebanese food?
Yeah,
I always like to get the Lebanese food update from Josh, by the way.
Ah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
hummus, tabbouleh, baba ghanoush. Yeah,
Tabu. I like those.
Yeah.
Tabbouleh and baba ganoush.
tawouk.
What are those? What does that consist of?
So tabbouleh is a salad. It's a really good salad. I made it 2 days ago. And it was actually on Tuesday. I made it on Tuesday, and it was really good. You want some?
We don't see it here.
Yeah. Is this like a Lebanese potato salad? Is that what that is?
No, it's all green and a little bit of red in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The red is the tomato.
I definitely think we need a sampler show of the best your family has to offer. I think that's called.
I made it for the first time on Tuesday. So usually my
Yeah.
mom makes it, but for the first time on Tuesday, I made it.
I mean, if your mom could come in and make us some, that'd be
Were you happy with how it came out?
Oh yeah, I ate
Good.
the entire bowl.
awesome.
All right.
So-
All right.
This is why it's important that we have Josh here to give us food updates because, man,
Yes.
I'm hungry.
I'm thinking about sweet potatoes now.
I'm thinking about tabbouleh or whatever. How did you say it again? How did you say it?
Where do you go to get that in Huntsville? That's
In Huntsville, I don't think there's a place, but I think in Conroe there's a Middle Eastern restaurant. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay. Good to know.
Okay, tabbouleh.
Yeah, they ain't got that at Carbonero's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going and ask Mario. Tabbouleh.
No, he'll make you something.
He'll make you something good. Well, let's take one final break as we wrap up here in just a few moments. We'll close it out. Billy Cauthen here, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, and also our good friend Reverend Jeff Powers from Christ the King Methodist. Let's take one final break. We'll play a few spots. We'll be back in a moment as we continue. It is Good Friday here on Good Morning Huntsville. Hip Media and Community Outreach Minister here at First Baptist Church, Huntsville. Let me ask you, when's the last time you felt real hope? Maybe it's been a while since you've been to church, or maybe you've never felt connected to a church at all. Well, friends, that's okay. Here at First Baptist, we're a harbor of hope, and we welcome everyone just as they are. We have programs throughout the week for all ages to come together, ask questions, grow in faith, and find the hope that only Jesus Christ can bring. Whether you're looking for a fresh start or a community to call home, we'd love for you to join us. Come experience something real. For more information, visit fbchuntsville.org. First Baptist Church Huntsville, a harbor of hope.
In this harbor of hope, we are safe inside.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based 501c3 nonprofit Christian character building ministry helping men 18 and older who are suffering from drug and alcohol addictions. If you or someone you know needs help, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and that light can be found through the Oak Ridge Disciple House. For more information, visit oakridgedisciplehouse.com.
Tomorrow's Promise Montessori schools believe in creating spaces where children can learn, grow, and use their imaginations. At any Tomorrow's Promise location, children enjoy the largest playgrounds in town. Tomorrow's Promise Montessori is a fun school where every child learns at their own pace, and mastery of a concept is expected before moving on to the next concept. At Tomorrow's Promise, every child is respected, loved, and nurtured for the unique individual that they are.
Tomorrow's Promise Academy on Veterans Memorial now open. Visit tomorrowspromise.info for more information. Education you can trust.
This is Guardian Defense in Huntsville, Texas, a trusted, family-owned and operated gun store and range in the heart of East Texas. Guardian Defense is your one-stop destination for Texas LTC, NRA basic pistol and rifle courses, pistol refresher training, as well as a wide selection of quality firearms and ammunition. At Guardian Defense, empowerment is within reach through their Texas DPS-approved license to carry classes. Certified instructors will guide you through every facet of firearm safety, conflict resolution, and the pertinent legal aspects. Book now to become proficient and responsible in handling a firearm with complete confidence. For the eager learners, the fundamentals of pistol and rifle usage await discovery in their comprehensive 8-hour NRA basic courses. You're invited to connect with Guardian Defense on Facebook and Instagram, or give them a call at 936-293-0364. You can also visit them online at guardiandefensellc.com. Guardian Defense, your reliable partner in mastering firearm safety and acquiring quality firearms in the heart of Texas.
Are you ready for a better way to bank? Join Walker County Federal Credit Union today. As a member, you'll enjoy low-cost loans, no annual fees, and easy online access. We're not just a credit union. We're a community dedicated to your financial success. Experience friendly service tailored for just you. Why wait? Join us online at walkercountyfcu.com or drop by our location at 1802 Normal Park Drive, Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
Hi, I'm Cauthen. No, Cindy, to Velvet Radar.
Back at it here on Good Morning Huntsville on this faithful Friday. You know, a lot of places closed around town today. I forgot to mention the city of Huntsville. Their offices are closed. A lot of places closed. The schools closed today where our children go to tomorrow's prom. But guess what? We're not closed, Billy.
Yeah, my brain is closed.
Yeah. So we do want to welcome you back as we wrap up this final segment. Again, big thank you to Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. They have been serving this community since 2002. And congratulations, by the way, also voted best funeral home here in Walker County. So I was saving the best for last.
There you go. Yeah.
And we appreciate Billy, Greg, the whole staff over there, Jason, Judith, the whole crew. I hate to start naming people because I'm going to leave out people. My neighbor helps y'all from time to time as well. And man, I've just been able to experience. I'm so thankful for you, Billy, and y'all allow me the privilege to come over there once in a while and help families too. I mean, it's like I told Jason Thompson, and you know this, we've talked about it. It's a ministry. Mm-hmm. I mean, helping people through some of the hardest times that they're going through. I know y'all are serving families even through this weekend, you know.
You know, I didn't wake up one day and say, you know what, I'm going to go be a funeral director. I'm going to quit my high-paying job and cash out my retirement, go to mortuary school and take a 50% pay cut. No, I didn't say all that.
But then you watch the Bernie movie, you're like, wow.
Well, I could do that. No, I dropped to my knees one night with tears in my eyes and prayed to God to get me out of my current occupational situation there at the prison system. And, you know, I'll go anywhere you lead me to. And through a series of events, he made it very clear that's where I was going. So I took my job assignment and away I went.
Billy said something so powerful. I want to highlight some community events as we wrap up here in a minute. But man, you just said something so powerful, and Reverend, you heard this too. I fell to my knees and I prayed.
Oh, I did. Oh God, I was like a baby in my room. I just, you know, when I first started there, it was great. I had the coolest job ever, and well, they talked me into, hey man, you know, you ought to go up. You know, we got this job coming open to be a promotion for you. Da 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 da. Think all the great things it'll do for your family. Yada yada yada. You know, put in for it. So I did, and I got it. And like most people that work for the state, when I got promoted, that was the beginning of the end, because then you really see the beast. Now, I'm not saying all this like that everywhere with the state, but my particular little situation was. Because I'm a very free-range chicken type person, as most of y'all know, and
Lebanese chicken.
Yeah, Lebanese chicken. Yeah, I'm everywhere. I'm over here doing this and over there doing that, and then now I'm inside. I'm in there with the dudes, and yeah, it was not for me, and I got where I hated the job, I hated the people I worked with, I hated myself. Was starting to be towards my family, and that's when I knew it was time. And it's funny enough that I was seeking faith in that time, and actually had an inmate that worked for us. He was a janitor there in the office, And he walked in one day and he's, Mr. Cauthen, the Lord has put on my heart to share this with you. And he had written some stuff down on paper, some scripture, and then gave me one of the little Bibles that they give them.
Wow.
And had marked the pages for me. And when I read that, I was like,
Wow.
I mean, like, how do you know what I'm going through? Because what I just read is how did you know that? And he said, Mr. Cauthen, that's what the Lord told me. And then that's when I knew that I was on to something. And he had, and I needed to get with that. And that's, when I went home and I just dropped to my knees, and it was bad because, like I tell you, I was hating on everybody because I was just miserable. I mean, just, you keep beating the same dog over and over. Eventually they're going to turn and bite you. And that's kind of where I was. I was beat. I was a whoop puppy, and the Lord led me right to that funeral home. Wow. And that's where I've stayed. I'd even put in for another job. Funny little story. I'd put in for another job that I've always kind of wanted. And, did the application, talked to people that worked there, and they're like, "Oh man, we got you, buddy. You're good. Don't worry. When it comes time, you just, go to the interview. We got you. And I got offered the job at the funeral home, and I took it, and I was at the funeral home for about 2 weeks. And I got a call from that other place, and they're like, "Oh yeah, your interview scheduled for such and such day and such time at such and such place." And I'm like, "Well, I'm employed. I'm sorry. I'll have to, just cut it loose or whatever." And sometimes when things are really rough with my job, I'm like, what if I'd have went to that interview?
Well, if you would have went,
when you tell the Lord, this is what I'm going to do. If you will get me out of here, if you will guide me out of this darkness, I will go where you tell me to go, and I will serve where you tell me to serve. And so, yeah.
If you would have went to that interview, that light would be working, that tower climbing job that you wanted so bad.
No, it was with the Forest Service.
I'm just kidding. There's a.
I don't climb towers.
Yeah, there's a joke to that, Reverend. We'll have to let you in on sometime. Yeah, it's kind of the glow of.
It's kind of a safety concern at sometimes.
Yeah, glow. Kind of like a bug that goes around and shines light to keep you kind of need that at night sometimes to help guide your way. So. That's true. Well, hey, I do want to wrap up with a few things going on. The Walker County Fair continues through this weekend. It'll be wrapping up here pretty soon. And Billy, you've been out there. I know you were out there just yesterday, and then back at it on Saturday with tomorrow with the freezer sale going on. And I didn't grow up, showing and doing a lot. I wasn't heavily involved with our rodeo in Georgetown, and that's the key because it was more of they showed and did things, but it was more about the rodeo. Here, it's about the rodeo is just a small part of it. This freezer sale coming up, let the folks know kind of what's going on this weekend.
Yes, we're going to have freezers for sale, side by sides or chest.
Oh, well, I need a new one for my hot dog.
Yeah, hamburger. Filled the hamburger one up. No, it's this is where they will sell the supervised projects. Your trailer or whatever. The stuff that was built for sale. But also the kids that didn't make the premium sale. They might have been a place or two under where they needed to be for the cutoff for that. And also your baked goods, canned goods, stuff like that. The stuff that was non-grand champion type livestock will be at the freezer sale. And that's, truth of the matter is you buy that animal to fill your freezer, and that's why it's called the freezer sale. So, but if you want, and it's no big secret, but if you want to go out and actually buy something and get something and support the youth, normally it's Saturday that the regular Joe can get out there and get in with that. I mean, because you're not the kid worked just as hard as the grand champion, but he just didn't get grand champion. There might have been some type of abnormality or whatever with whatever it was they're showing, and it cut them down a little bit. But it's still your opportunity to get out and support those kids and show them that, hey, we appreciate your hard work. We understand that you were learning a lesson, and we want to support you with that. So that's what this is about. So I encourage everyone to come out Saturday and hold that money up, and the fair we'll take it from you.
I think it's great, think about these youth and give them back. And Billy, that's been a heartbeat of this community. I mean, you've been a part of this thing since you were, since I was born, probably.
Yeah, I grew up just about a mile from the place. So.
And all the work, we were talking off air about this. Sometimes my brain gets mushed. It's got that tambula or whatever. Josh was saying, but it's kind of soured. What was it called, Josh? The salad?
Tabbouleh.
Tabbouleh. Sometimes my brain turns a little tabbouleh, whatever that means. We were talking before I think we went on about just how the projects over the years have grown into these monster projects. And you were saying, well, man, when I was growing up, we just went over to TJ Burdett.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It wasn't and Sons then.
Yeah, it was, our little old school district was so poor back then. We didn't have, metal to weld on and stuff. So we would kind of pull our money together and we would go out to Mr. Burdett and he would sell us, what he had taken in as scrap. And he was always extremely, because he knew what we were doing with it. We weren't being deviants, even though Mr. Otis Oliphant always called us devers, which is short for deviant. But, we were actually learning a skill. And one of his sons is a welder now. So, I went to school with all of his sons. But we would go out there with, we'd scrounge up, 10, 15, 20 bucks, whatever it was, and he'd sell us a truckload of steel. And then, most of that stuff would wind up coming back to him. We would take it home and your parents would, throw it on. Every Southern family either has a scrap metal trailer or a scrap metal pile.
Oh, yeah. We had all that in the backyard. In fact, to this day, I think there's still some stuff in my parents from years ago.
You'd be surprised if you can make out of an old mower deck off a Craftsman riding a lawnmower. I started to call it a Crapman.
Sears Roebuck.
They don't make them like they used to, I guarantee you.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Well, finally, before we wrap, I'd like for Reverend Powers to give us kind of a final thought. But before we do that, one other event that's coming up here in just, April the 11th, right around the corner, is the annual Peyton Irwin Foundation, the Pineapple Run. And we just love Deanna and Billy so much. They're just tremendous folks. And, this is a way that they honor their daughter, their sweet, precious daughter who lost her life senselessly to texting and driving. And not from her, but from somebody else in another vehicle that was behind them, that was on their phone. And this is one of those counties that you better not be texting and driving, because there is a very deep personal meaning to what that does and what it can do. And we've seen that, unfortunately. But I love Deanna and Billy. They have taken this and said, you know what? We're going to honor our daughter. And they do every year through the Peyton Irwin Foundation and through that Pineapple Run. And Billy, you guys at the funeral home have been such a big part of that, helping to support and promote for many, many years now.
Yeah, we don't personally run in it because we get winded just going from the office chair to the copier room. But, we do support it because it is a very worthy cause. We all need to put that doggone thing down and just focus on driving. And as a culture altogether, we've lost, the true enjoyment and art of driving. And it's not just the cell phones, it's the modern vehicles, because we're not having to shift gears or roll windows down. Everything's a push of a button now. And that, to me, some of the joy of driving's lost with that. But you got to get off the phones, people. You got to quit staring at that screen. You're just going across town. You'll check Facebook when you get there, but put the thing down in the meantime.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's a good message. We'll have Deanna, by the way, on the show with us coming up next Tuesday. So, or I guess you say this too. I don't know how to ever say that. Like if it's the coming up Tuesday, but
next Tuesday.
It don't feel right because we ain't got through the weekend yet. So next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
But then some people say, "Oh, you mean Tuesday after next?" No, next Tuesday, the 7th. She will
just
be with
tune
us.
in every Tuesday and you won't miss it.
Yeah, just tune. There you see.
Good solution.
Well, Reverend, before we go, Reverend Powers again here with us as well, along with Billy from Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home. Maybe just a final thought as we head into this Easter season. Good Friday's today, and then Easter's right around the corner.
Yeah, let me say this for people who don't have a church. If you're feeling the prompting to go to church, go to one.
Mm-hmm.
That prompting is not coming from within you; it's coming from Jesus, and He's saying, come and see what it's all about. But if you can't work up going to church, but you want to know what is the big deal, spend a moment on Sunday, pray either out loud or in the quietness of your mind, and just say, Lord Jesus, they say that you're still alive today, and it's Easter. Show yourself to me. Help me know. Help me understand. I promise you, anytime we take one step towards Jesus, He takes 2 steps towards us. And Easter is a great opportunity to take that first step.
That's good, Reverend. 42 churches here in town and a good one at Christ the King Methodist. When are y'all having 2 services, 1 service?
We're having 3 services.
Wow, okay.
We're going to have a sunrise service at the lake at 7. Then we have our traditional service at 9 in the sanctuary, and then a contemporary service at 11.
Wow. I'm delivering it. Those sunrise services it's going to be my first one. Elkins Lake HOA asked me, because we live out there, they asked me to do they do a neighborhood service.
Yeah,
and so,
not too happy about that. About half my church lives in Elkins, and so they're going to go there, and they're not going to drive out to the lake. It's going to be wet out there. And
yeah,
so,
we'll tell them. We'll be like, listen, if you're Christ the King.
well, if I can just count y'all's attendance,
Your
I'm fine
attendance
with it.
has been noted. You need to report to Christ the King immediately.
Yeah, if you'll take roll for me, I'd appreciate that.
Listen, very important question: hamburger or hot dog?
That's right.
Well, that will wrap it up, friends. Get plugged in, and a big thank you to Reverend Jeff Powers. Billy, thanks for having him on. We just love you, Reverend. Appreciate all that you do, and appreciate all that y'all's church does in this community with Sleep in Heavenly Peace and so much more. And of course, Sam Houston Memorial Funeral Home, involved in so much and giving back. If you see Billy around town, give him a pat on the back, give him a hug, tell him you appreciate him, because this man goes above and beyond in more ways than even he realizes, and he feels it because he's involved in a lot. But just let him know how much you appreciate him. Brother, I appreciate you.
Just don't sneak up from behind.
Yeah. Well, that will wrap it up.
I
We'll
don't
be
want
back
to
at
scream
it.
like a little girl.
Yeah, if you hear a ow, it may not be Brett.
There's
but-
fight and flight, and then there's scream.
We'll wrap it up with that. Big thanks to Joshua Mashi as well, running the dials for us here on this Faithful Friday. Hey, have a blessed weekend, everybody. And as I end every broadcast, reminding you that we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. We need each other. So please provide that word of encouragement. Lend a hand of support. I promise somebody out there today needs you. So long. Good morning and God bless. We'll see you back at it next week. See you, Billy.
See ya.